Every Friday, we bring you our Reporter Roundtable, where we get you up to date on the news that made headlines during the week. Be sure to join our panel of reporters by subscribing and listening to the Idaho Matters podcast every Friday, wherever you get your podcasts.
From Boise State Public Radio, this is The Connector. It's Idaho's Daily News. Good morning. I'm George Prentice. It is Monday, the 7th of April, and here come today's stories. In eastern Idaho, an investigation underway into a police shooting, and the person who was shot was a 17-year-old male on the autism spectrum. This occurred early Saturday evening in Pocatello. Police say when they arrived on the scene of a reported confrontation, they found a young male in possession of a knife, and during the interaction, police did discharge their weapons. The young man is at a regional hospital. A critical incident task force is investigating. We should also note that the incident triggered a protest. Dozens of people reportedly gathering outside of the Pocatello Police Department yesterday. Police issued a statement saying, quoting here, "We respectfully ask for the public's patience as the investigation unfolds." Now to mediation, continuing to help more people stay in their homes, that despite a significant rise in eviction filings since 2019, and that is according to the latest report from Jesse Tree, a local homelessness prevention agency. Julie Lucata tells us more.
In 2019, almost 50% of eviction filings in the Treasure Valley resulted in tenants getting an eviction on their record. Last year, the number dropped to less than 20%. Program Director Evan Stewart says by attending court hearings at the Ada County Court every week, Jesse Tree is able to get most eviction cases dismissed.
People who typically end with getting an eviction on their record have a much higher chance to enter into homelessness.
Most, Stewart says, live paycheck to paycheck and are derailed by one event, like an illness, a sudden job loss, or an unexpected car repair.
About 95% of the cases that we see is really due to a person's inability to temporarily pay rent.
Stewart says a one-time intervention of less than $2,000 is often all it takes to keep people in their homes.
It can cost the taxpayers over $50,000 per family experiencing homelessness.
In 2024, the organization helped more than 1,000 families with emergency rental assistance. Julie Duqueta, Boise State Public Radio News.
Idaho lawmakers made their way home this past weekend, that after, on Friday, adjourning for the year. House Speaker Mike Moyle told reporters shortly before gaveling out that Republicans met each of the goals they had set out at the beginning of the legislative session.
We touched on every one of those, from school choice, Medicaid reform, issues with illegal immigration, and election reform and security.
Their wish list also included significant tax cuts. The GOP chopped $450 million from the state's revenue stream in personal and corporate income tax rates, boosting the tax credit on groceries and property taxes. House Democratic leader Ilana Rebell says some of that money should have been left to expand capacity at community colleges for in-demand careers and infrastructure repair.
These are debts that are going to be left for our children and grandchildren to pay with a shrunken pot of revenue to cover it. This is the textbook opposite of fiscal conservatism, folks.
Legislators return to Boise in January 2026, barring any potential special sessions. Now to a geothermal leak in downtown Boise, causing detours on Capitol Boulevard and around the Greenbelt. Jackson Holmes tells us more.
In early February, the city's remote monitoring systems detected a leak in a geothermal pipe on Capitol Boulevard. The leak was isolated, but crews were not able to begin repairs until April 1st. John Gunnarsson is the geothermal project manager for the city of Boise.
Our geothermal lines are under the road of Capitol Boulevard, but they go really, really deep and go underneath the Greenbelt Tunnel. I'll be doing work both up on Capitol Boulevard and down in the Greenbelt Tunnel. But essentially, we're staying within about 100 feet of the Capitol Boulevard Bridge.
Boise's geothermal system heats nearly 100 buildings downtown, including 11 on Boise State's campus. The university has been most affected by the leak. Boise is home to the largest geothermal system in the United States.
The geothermal system is a very clean, sustainable energy source that not only helps meet the city's carbon neutrality goals, but it's also managed in such a way that we keep this natural resource healthy and available for future generations.
Geothermal work isn't the only reason for closures and construction on Capitol Boulevard, because other construction in the area is happening simultaneously. The geothermal work is expected to be completed by April 21st. Jackson Holmes, Boise State Public Radio News.
A lot of change is in the forecast for this Monday, and Les Collin is over at the National Weather Service office in Boise.
Good morning, George.
Les, what can we expect for a forecast for this day?
Well, today it looks like we're going to be cooler as a Pacific cold front comes in, and we're going to have some showers and a slight chance, about a 20% chance of an afternoon thunderstorm.
About how much cooler?
Looks like about 5 degrees or so, thereabouts.
Okay, so talk to us about the rest of the week.
Well, it'll be cooler again on Tuesday and a smaller chance of showers, and then it's going to warm up again. And by Thursday, it looks like we'll be warmer than we were even yesterday, getting up into the upper 70s. Looks like 75, 77, thereabouts.
Indeed, with warmer weather comes a rapid snowmelt and the real possibility of rising rivers. And checking the Boise River at the Glenwood Bridge this morning, the river is running about 4,700 cubic feet per second. And yes, that is already well above the stage that could trigger flooding in low-lying areas. Now to the high elevations and the discovery of mercury and other metals detected in the snowpack. And as Caleb Radel reports, the pollution has historic causes.
The Desert Research Institute in Reno examined nearly 50 sites in the Rockies. Researchers found mercury, zinc, cadmium, and antimony in the snowpack.
The snowpack serves as a recorder of what's in our atmosphere.
That's lead researcher Monica Arienzo. She says the region has a long history of mining for those metals, and that produces metal dust that spreads through the atmosphere and into the snow. Contamination was highest in the northern Rockies, across Montana, Idaho, and northern Wyoming. Arienzo adds that pollution caused by active mining should also be closely monitored. For the Mountain West News Bureau, I'm Caleb Radel.
And that is today's episode of The Connector. I'm George Prentice. We'll see you back here on Tuesday to stay in touch with the news between now and then. Check out BoiseStatePublicRadio.org or download the free Boise State Public Radio app. And thanks for listening.